Tonight, there are questions about public safety at the Lake of the Ozarks after fires earlier this year destroy a large house and a condo complex.
The fires happened just 30 days apart and got us looking at why the damage was so severe.
In a special report tonight, ABC 17's Ashley Strohmeyer shows us why fighting the fires is a challenge. And Ashley, you found the Sunrise Beach Fire Protection District lacks some of the basics.
I've been speaking to the fire chief of the Sunrise Beach Department the last few months. They have the typical struggles of a small department, notably manpower, but they lack an essential ingredient to fighting fires, a way to reliably get water, and that may not change for a while.
This is video a viewer sent in from the massive mansion fire on Shawnee Bend Road in Sunrise Beach back in January. And this is the aftermath the second fire caused less than 30 days later at Lone Oaks Resort. Both fires were so bad, firefighters don't know how they started. A common thread for both fires was a lack of nearby fire hydrants in each location. Dennis Riley has been the chief in Sunrise Beach for almost 5 years and agrees the lack of fire hydrants hurts the department's ability to put out fires.
All these issues really start factoring in and making this an extremely complicated thing for us to have to deal with. And quite honestly, you've got to stand out there while this building's burning down trying to make all these decisions in split seconds at 3 o'clock in the morning. And if something doesn't work, then you have to try something else.
And many times the lack of hydrants means trying multiple strategies to put the fires out. And it's not as simple as asking, why can't they use water from the lake?
Because of the restrictions of the pump trucks, they could not draw water from this shoreline to the house fire that was merely steps away.
This brings us right back to the main issue, the lack of fire hydrants at Sunrise Beach and around the lake. Here's a look at a map of Sunrise Beach. The red dots indicate where there are active fire hydrants. You can clearly see where there are in abundance and where there are not. I wanted to find out for myself how many fire hydrants were on Shawnee Bend Road, which is where the first fire happened back in February. And in the mile-and-a-half stretch that I drove, I didn't find one fire hydrant. In Sunrise Beach, there are fewer than 150 fire hydrants. This map clearly shows half of Sunrise Beach doesn't have access to even one fire hydrant, and that's where both massive fires occurred. And the lack of fire hydrants combined with small staff makes things that much more difficult. It takes them an average of 8.5 minutes to get to a fire when it should be about 4 minutes. Riley says once they get there, the fire could burn for another 5 minutes, ultimately meaning more damage.
5 minutes is a long time. If you look at the volume of fire and how it grows, 5 minutes is a huge number. The only way that we can attack that number is to increase our staffing, to put more staff units so we can get to the fires quicker.
Riley says a new fire hydrant cost around $3,500 installed. He says another good strategy will be hiring 3 to 4 new firefighters and adding a third fire station.
There's absolutely no doubt in my mind, as we increase our staffing, as we increase our footprint, and we're able to get units to emergencies faster, the amount of fire loss that we see will be reduced.
Riley tells me they have applied for a federal grant that would help them staff a new fire station on Route MM, which is near the toll bridge. And better fire protection is better for homeowners. Mike Heitman, an insurance agent who also lives in Sunrise Beach, says the lake's seasonal nature can make it dangerous.
The districts are, especially in the area where I live, fire hydrants are being put in more and more all the time, which is great. And I think they're doing the very best that they can with the revenues. I know that they're very interested in the safety of people and their property.
Chief Riley says all of the fire hydrants on Sunrise Beach are fully functional.
Are there any fire hydrants that are maybe needing to be updated? Are any of them maybe not working as properly as you would hope for? I mean, is it just age that would make something like that not work properly?
Well, quite honestly, once you buy a fire hydrant and you install it, and as long as you maintain it, everything's going to last forever. I mean, there's fire hydrants in the cities that are 80, 90 years old.
And so it comes down to being able to afford them. At $3,500, it would cost more than $500,000 to install enough fire hydrants to adequately cover all of the Sunrise Beach area. And that makes staffing a new station at $140,000 look like a good deal.
Ashley, thank you. Sunrise Beach firefighters won't know whether they're getting their grant until mid-October.